What am I doing? Holy shit, dudes, I'm hopping up and down. Scrapyard part of the video. Hello everybody, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. This is the second part of me riding MT700, and today we're gonna go to somewhere where we can challenge MT700 off-road capabilities. I don't know, I feel like it's a mistake because the bike feels very heavy, but I feel like this is something we need to try anyway. I was riding for an hour and this bike is very comfortable, but the seat rubs my butt a little too much. Over time, you would inevitably have some blisters on your ass if you would ride this bike. Again, maybe it's just me, but this is something I have encountered and just decided to tell you. Let's go, let's explore a little. I've never been here before, we have to be careful. Some rocks. Well, not much, dude. Well, we should go that way. Can we just squeeze through here? Oh, bros. What am I doing? Nah. Alright, we need to move backwards. Yeah, dude. When you need to move backward like this, this is where MT450 feels so good. And MT700 feels like a freaking heavy whale. Let's go back. Yeah, there's some rocks apparently. There's some pits in the freaking ground. Yeah, I'm not gonna freaking cut it, dude. I'm gonna show you everything. Yeah, dude. So, you see, it's not even an obstacle. It's like a super minor issue, but still. Fuck.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh shit. Yeah, dude. This bike is super freaking heavy. So, when you just ride it, it's freaking fun. It's really fun. It's way more maneuverable than I thought. It's pretty pleasant. But if you get stuck somewhere off-road, let's say, oh dude, it's not gonna be pleasant. The bike is so freaking heavy. It's just not freaking pleasant to ride at all. Ooh. Yo. Hey, hello puppy. Look at this little cute, oh, 4 little beautiful puppies. Oh, shit, they didn't even bark. Dude, dogs in China, they are so polite. They never bark at you, never. Maybe they're just a little bit scared, if you know what I'm talking about. This is not actually real off-road, but this is something beginners friendly, I guess. We still have some decent bumps here, so hope it will be enough. Traction control is off. ABS is off. Rear ABS, there's a button. Okay, just... Alright, well... Oh shit. Honestly speaking, I don't know. Even here I don't feel very comfortable because you need to ride very slowly, right? You can actually speed up, obviously, but what I'm saying is that once you ride slowly, not pleasant. Especially if you take into account the performance of MT450, it's not even freaking close. Woohoo! That was really fun. That was really fun. Again, we knew exactly that something like this is gonna happen because 240 kilograms, even more than that, is gonna definitely feel once you ride in conditions like these. Ooh. Okay, let's go a little bit further. This terrain is where you can still ride pretty fast, pretty aggressively. This type of terrain is where 700 MT can still cope. Whew. But do I feel comfortable? Well, I feel comfortable, but do I feel confident? No, not really. Let's get up. Yeah. Oops. I don't know. I just don't feel as much control as I need. So it's a little bit like less predictable than I want it to be for off-road riding. So it swallows those bumps and bad terrain fairly easily, but simultaneously, do I feel confident? No, not at all. Not at all. Am I afraid of dropping the bike? Yeah, certainly. And the reason why I'm afraid is because the bike is really heavy, and if I drop it on my ankle, like I have to say goodbye to my freaking ankle, dude. So it's not something I want to do. But when you ride like this, when you accelerate, wind blows into your face, you feel good. Oh yeah, it's so easy to ride. You don't even need to use your freaking arms and hands. Alright guys, my final thoughts about MT700 in terms of off-road riding and in general. Is it a good bike? Well, it's way better than I expected. But in terms of off-road riding, it's still capable, and I'm sure if you're a good rider, if you know what you're doing, this bike would be really good for this job. But if you are a good off-road rider, why would you get something like this? It wouldn't be as good as some other bikes, right? So this bike would truly thrive and prosper on a highway. So this is not an adventure bike. In my opinion, this is a very good, very solid touring bike. It feels very stable. It swallows bumps pretty well, where you feel very comfortable, very confident. So in this regard, this bike feels very good. Okay, let's go through here. But holy shit, dudes, I'm hopping up and down. But when it comes to terrain like this, dudes, I don't freaking feel good at all. So I'm a beginner in terms of off-road riding, and this bike freaks me out. And this MT700 is probably a beginner's bike. And do I feel like it's a good beginner's bike? Well, it's not bad. It's really easy to ride on a highway, right? Or in a city if you don't really, I don't know, deal with the traffic. But if you want to get a motorcycle for off-road riding, if you want to learn, dude, forget about it. It's really freaking hard. And it's a little bit unpredictable. Ooh. No, I mean, I feel very happy when I do not drop the bike, don't get me wrong. So this is where the bike gives you some extra experience. You feel like you are a good rider even when you don't do anything. Just do not drop the bike and it's already like an achievement. But would I recommend this bike for people who want to learn how to do some off-road riding? No, dudes, forget about it. If you're a skillful rider, of course you'll be able to do whatever you want, but guys, most likely if you're a skillful rider, you're not gonna buy this bike. So my final thoughts are the following. This is a great bike for highways. It's a good bike for a city if you don't plan to split the traffic. It's still maneuverable enough. So CFMOTO has done a great job balancing the bike. So it's really well balanced, especially for its weight. Things I don't like are the brakes. I don't really feel like these brakes are powerful enough, but if I'm being honest, if you're gonna squeeze the front lever with 2 fingers really hard, the bike would still decelerate pretty efficiently, pretty fast, and ABS is not bad. I really like this ABS off button. I really like it. This bike can still do wheelies. By the way, you can lift the front wheel up in the second gear. But do I want to do wheelies on this bike? No, I don't. It's too freaking heavy. Do I think that you should buy this bike for wheelies? No. But it can do wheelies at slow speed in the second gear because the sprocket is really huge. So this engine is really good. Dude, I really like the engine. The engine is very smooth, very powerful, and torque/horsepower distribution is really, really pleasant. So it doesn't feel as if the bike has some dips in power. The throttle response is perfect. If you don't have cars, like I do right now, it's pure pleasure to ride. Well, who the hell pays attention to this red light? Only schmucks like us, right? Scrapyard part of the video. Okay, neutral. Alright, let's see what's going on. So, we have a full gas tank. I'll show you as always, right? Well, it's actually not as full as it could be. I would say we can still put 1, maybe 2 liters. And we have this case, which is what? 7, maybe 6, 7 kilograms, I would say. We have those lights over here. Yeah, we don't have any additional crash bars. So I would say that it's supposed to be at about 250 kilograms with all those additional accessories. So let's go and see. Wow, look at this little puppy. Hey. Hello, 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 yeah. Hello, kitty. Oh, all right. Yeah, we want to go check the weight. All right, ready? 250. 258 kilograms. All right, guys, just now we went to the scrapyard. We checked the weight. It was 258 kg. And here on the frame, we can see 258 kg. So apparently, this bike, in particular, with 3 cases, must be 258 kilograms. I would say we can still put 2 liters of fuel in the gas tank, and those 2 additional cases, well, I feel like they would be at about 10 kilograms. So I feel like if you buy a motorcycle with no cases, it wouldn't be 240 kilograms. I would argue it would be at about 250 kilograms. I feel like 250 kilograms is a little bit too heavy. And again, once you stop, or if you need to go backward, dude, you would feel the weight for sure. I'm 1 meter 85 centimeters, so for me, this motorcycle is rather approachable, right? So I don't have any problems flat footing the bike. But if you would be a little bit shorter, if you would be on your tiptoes, dude, I don't know. I feel like it would be really hard to move backward. Full gas tank, and the range is 306 kilometers. Then we can see that the average fuel consumption is 5.8 liters. If you ride in a city, probably your mileage is gonna be at about 330 kilometers. If you ride on the highway, I feel like it will be over 400 kilometers. This bike is not for everybody, and this is a rent-out motorcycle. And as you can see, it's been through some crap. The crash bars have some scratches. Even the engine over here is scratched a little. But yeah, you see, it's still pretty sturdy. The build quality of this bike is very good. So nothing is vibrating. Everything feels very sturdy. By the way, as I've said, I was riding for over 2 hours. My butt doesn't feel too good, so it rubs my butt a little, but the engine and the motorcycle itself is so smooth. You know, sometimes when you ride for extended period of time, especially when you go fast, the bike starts vibrating and your hands get numb, or you just feel tired. So this bike is very smooth. My hands feel absolutely amazing. So in this regard, this bike is indeed a very good touring bike. It's not a good motorcycle for off-road riding because it's just way too freaking heavy. If you drop the bike, some people would not be able to even lift it back. But if it falls on your freaking ankle, dude, it will be not a good day. I feel like this motorcycle is still pretty good, but it's not a good motorcycle for off-road riding. It's not the most optimal motorcycle for a city, but still, it's pretty maneuverable and it would thrive on a highway. Yeah, Jeech, tell me what you think about this beautiful MT700 in the comment section below. Do you think it's better than the competition? Would you get this bike over 450 MT? Tell me everything. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and as always, I'll see you in my next videos. Bye bye everybody. Take care.